It's correct.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton,
Scott Swiftwater Tony, Rob By Gold, Jaron Wheeler, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show and thanks for tuning in. What's going on?
Welcome to the Sunday night show.
It's Sunday, August 4th. Another day.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Like I was telling Jaron and Rob pre-show, I had COVID again. I got it Tuesday.
Oh,
Really?
get out
Yeah,
of
I've been
here.
sick all week.
Good Lord. Happy birthday to you, huh?
COVID King, baby. It's gonna be my new name.
You're killing it. You're killing it.
I get every strain that they throw out there. I haven't found one I'm happy with yet.
I get every strain they throw out.
I
That's
do.
just bad.
I've got them all. Like, new strain. Don't worry, Tim will get it.
We'll find out.
It's
Oh,
like,
goodness
enough
gracious.
already. It's like get close to election time, throw a new strain.
So they make you guys test again at work? or
Yeah,
what?
because a couple of the residents at work had it, so we all had to start testing. And I wasn't
Every
feeling
week,
too hot. Every day, yeah.
every day.
Yeah, every day.
Good gosh.
Gotta wear stupid masks and goggles again and all that nonsense. I've been off work since Tuesday. They sent me home. You got it. They send you home. I'm like, really?
Is that how you found out? They tested?
Yeah. They're like, you got COVID. I'm like, really? They're like, test again. I tested again. He's like, yep,
Yeah.
go home. I'm like, I can work in
Just
my
tell them
office.
it's not COVID, it's dust.
I'm like, I can work in my office. I feel fine. I get caught up on stuff. Nope, you got to go home. I'm like, okay, I'm going home.
But that's a no pay then.
Right. You have to take vacation days.
Mm.
I'm
They're
like,
weaning you out, buddy.
whatever.
You should be immune to
I
you had
should
the
be.
shot. You had everything. You've had it twice.
Right. I've had it more than twice.
But you're not coughing or anything now.
Here's
Oh, yeah.
proof
Yeah.
Here is
coughing,
proof that crap
coughing.
does not work.
coughing, sneezing. I feel, at least I'm not testing positive no more. I feel better. But I still am not 100%, but I feel better. Yeah. Just tired. Dang COVID.
Yeah, it's already said. Well, we already worked on this guy 3 times. It's not going to work.
Get it
Just
every
wear him
time.
out.
Nope,
Let's just
keep going
worry it out.
higher. He's had it way more than 3.
Well, I know a 3 just off the top of my head.
Right. The first-
Twice he couldn't get on the show. I remember that.
right. Those were real bad ones.
How do you
Yeah.
keep getting it? Just
I
because
don't know. I have no clue. I'm like, what did I do to get it this time? You know,
You must be hanging out in the wrong spots.
I'm everywhere.
Not everywhere.
But it's, still, it's like, how did I get it? I'm like, I give up. If they're gonna have a new strain, they should just send me some post-paid or something, and I could just get it out of the way. Because I'm gonna get it anyway. Here,
That's terrible.
Send a batch to Tim. Yeah, he'll need this. He's gonna get it anyway.
Join the monthly COVID club.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Open of the month subscription.
get your free sample here.
Right, they should just send me some.
Get your samples here.
Ooh, little blast. Thank you. What's the strain you're gonna have next month? Can't wait.
Strain of the month club.
Just ridiculous. What do you do? Then my doctor called me into that Paxlovid crap. Good God, that stuff's worse than the problem.
Man, don't take anything they advertise on TV.
I take what my doctor tells me. I trust my doctor.
Oh, sure. He's trying to sell you the same stuff. Oh, take Paxlovid. Yeah, look at the stuff that can happen to you on there.
Yeah, you got to watch. I can't take most of my other medicines because it could kill you. Like, good night. What kind of medicine is this?
Stomach cramps, chronic
Oh,
diarrhea,
it killed
anal
my
leak.
stomach. Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I'm done. I took it for like 3 days and said, I ain't taking this crap no more.
I wouldn't. I would not.
Yeah, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'd rather battle the illness.
Here, I got it.
Well, enough about me. What about you
Happy
guys?
birthday anyway, man.
Well,
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
for those that don't know, it's Tim's birthday yesterday, or the second, or was it the third?
It was yesterday, the third.
Yesterday, the third.
Happy birthday.
62, baby. Ready for SSI or whatever the heck it is.
So scary.
If I get COVID anymore, they should just give it to me.
I don't think Social Security is counted as SSI.
Oh, okay. Well, I have no clue. I don't know.
Well, in my days, SSI is what they consider a crazy chick.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think you're qualified for that one yet.
No. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. Just saying. Yep. Don't feel older. I'm good. Just another
Right.
day, boys. That's all it
Good
is.
deal.
Anything cool happening? Anything good?
With me, I went to Lake Days.
With all you
Woo-hoo!
guys, I figured you was on the lake.
Oh yeah, look, I'm getting a great tan going on. Check it out.
It's summertime.
Ain't got that farmer's look more.
It's summer. Of course you
Yeah,
do.
buddy. Well,
You
yesterday,
Drawing is when? Next Sunday.
Next Sunday is the drawing.
Yeah, I won't be here, but I might be on. I don't know. I might be on YouTube.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
going to be down crabbing down in
Oh,
Maryland.
going back crabbing again. Dun,
don't get him.
dun, dun.
Going back crabbing, they said they're running, so I'm going to get down and
Oh, okay. Now that makes
Horse crabs are running. How you think they get around?
see. They running.
now, hopefully the
It's
weather's
good.
good and you could get down there and catch you a bunch of them suckers.
Hopefully. So yeah, I'm running the cabin. So I don't know if I'll be around that on Sunday night there around 7 or not. So
Right, Roger.
but
I got you. Oh,
you'll be spinning and hopefully you'll
oh
spin.
yeah. We'll be
So
spinning the wheel.
Spinning the wheel.
you can just write down whoever gets
Oh,
mine
yeah.
and
Yeah. Of course. You know it will.
send me the address
No,
and
I'll write it
Where
all.
do you go crabbing again?
I go to Solomon's Island in Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Maryland.
So
yeah,
you
it's
actually got to
not
go out of
far.
Pennsylvania and across Maryland,
Yeah.
which Maryland's not that big, I know.
No. No, there's a Navy recreation center down there. Since I work for the government, I have a card so I can get down there and go on the base. And they have a campground. So I'll stay at the campground and then they have a pier down there that I can go crabbing and fishing and stuff.
That's cool.
It's a
Yeah.
small town outside the base there. You can get local stuff and then I go on base and go crabbing.
And you're going for the blue crab, yeah?
Yep, Maryland blue crab.
Maryland blue crab.
I watch a guy. He is in that neck of the woods, Chesapeake Bay. Where's that at?
It's part of that area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well he's a crabber in Chesapeake Bay, and he keeps trying all these different kinds of bait and stuff. You know, everybody sends in
Yeah.
stuff. Believe it or not, the other day I seen a video of him pulled up crab and had his regular bait in it, shrimp heads, because he gets it for the crabs. Because somebody mentioned put in jellyfish. He thought that was really weird. So he put the jellyfish in. When he went back, the first trap only had like 5 crabs in it. The one he pulled up with jellyfish had almost 12, or I think he had 11 crabs in there.
Wow.
And I was like, jellyfish? And he was like, jellyfish? Really? I was like, I can't believe that.
No, isn't it a natural?
Yeah, he's got some good videos.
Probably a natural food source for them, right?
Well, yeah, it's going to be in the
Well,
water.
there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we use chicken necks. So
Yeah. That's because they stay a little bit better in the line or in your trap.
Right.
yeah,
Interesting.
I use a zip
We always-
tie and just put them in there and hold them in place.
Yeah.
with the zip
We
tie.
always used chicken legs, but we had them tied on a long line where we'd go by with a boat, and just lift up the line and net the
Right.
crab.
Right.
There's a big thunder. We're getting thunder and lightning again,
Or not.
and the sun's still shining out here, but it's not up that way.
Makes sense, don't it?
We got like 2 fires up here and 1 fire over here right now going.
Wow. That's crazy.
They keep saying it's lightning strikes. I'm like, where in the hell was the lightning
no.
2 days? I haven't heard none of it.
Well, do you got it?
Evidently, there's lightning somewhere.
Obviously.
But right there was big thunder, so I know there's lightning going on there. But it's kind of funny though. I mean, you can even ask Rob. Sunset Point has been burnt down in the last 3 years. I don't know, 7 times, 8 times, maybe. Hell, it's 2 times. Rob was here even.
Huh.
And that place just keeps catching on fire again. I'm
Is
like, how does it keep
that
catching
high
on fire?
ground? That high ground or something?
Yeah, it's the plateau. It's right up above. It's the high ground.
So it gets hit more often, probably than anything, right?
I know, but after it burns off, what the heck?
Yeah. What's left to burn?
Yeah. What's the burn again? Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing's been caught on fire by chains dangling off of semis. It's been caught by idiots throwing cigarettes out, lightning strikes. I mean, that place is a triangle of fires.
Jeez.
It's just crazy.
Oh, yeah. And especially when you're going from Sunset Point down south into Phoenix, it's a nice grade. So yeah, I can see chains dragging all the time.
Right.
It's something that we all truckers have to make sure that we keep that stuff from causing wildfires. You don't want to get ticketed for that or get the fine.
No. And like I said, there's people that you can see them hitting and what it does is it takes a piece of metal and it takes a spark, but that piece of metal stays glowing and it flies in and hits a freaking dry patch of grass. Poof.
All right.
Even if you're pulling a travel trailer, make sure you keep your chains well above. Yeah. So they're not dangling. Because, people with their RVs pulling their travel trailers, that can also cause brush fires out there.
That's crazy. You wouldn't think it would. Yeah.
Oh, we've had people actually pull off the road and start a fire with their exhaust pipe. I'm like, don't drive in the grass.
Well, that's
why there's a medium for, so you don't drive in the grass.
That I could see. That gets hot. That catalytic converter gets super.
Well, if you're quick enough, you might get your car out of the fire. But if you just, oh my God, it's a fire, and you just panic, your car's poof, done. Bye-bye. See you later.
That's
by
great.
the time you got the notion, the tires be on fire.
Yeah. Wow. Insane.
It's
crazy. It's crazy. What else is crazy? I bet those gold prices are crazy.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it.
Really?
Yes, you would. Anyway, we did through this week. We did hit the 1250 mark. 12,500 boys, or 2,500, $2,500. We did hit that mark.
Okay.
But there's always a but in the old things now, isn't there? It says actually on the Friday we closed down, it went down $2.60, and that brought it down to 2,441. But the thing is through the week, there's something going on because the market is very, how do you say, bearish, I guess, or bullish.
Volatile right now.
Yeah. But we're at $2,441, went down $2.60, but it's changed through the week, up and down, up and down. We were at 2,500 for a brief period of time. Silver took a 4-cent hit and went to 28.61, which is still pretty good for silver, but it's not as good as that $30 mark, Tim.
Oh.
Platinum, that thing dropped down $5 and went to $961, still below 1,000, which is unbelievable. Platinum used to be a hot commodity. Palladium went down $1 to 915, and rhodium stayed unch as the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and the S&P 500s were all in the red.
Wow.
Every one of them.
Interesting. Ain't it?
And I don't know nothing about crap coin.
Oh, Bitcoin.
Well, it seems this is going to seem like all doom and gloom because of the price here, but I'll tell you the price first and then I'll explain. So right now we're at 58,351. Now it seems like crazy, right? But what if I told you just last July around this time of the month, we're actually higher than it was there. So
Right.
we're still higher than it was last month, but it has a steep correction there off those highs. So
Uh,
Yeah, you just keep looking at that candle chart, big boy.
that I will. But yeah, it's
Keep looking at
definitely
the
pulled
candle.
back.
Old Ed's in the house.
that what?
I said old Ed's in the house.
Old Ed?
Ed Morris.
Flashing your pan.
Hey, what time does his show start out here in Arizona? I keep freaking missing it.
5, 6
Is it
my
5
time,
o'clock?
unless we're synced up. I always forget. It's 6 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Eastern. Sorry.
8. So it's 6 there.
8 p.m. No, it should be because I'm 3 hours behind them right now, right?
But he's on break until October, so he's been having little update shows, but not much. Mostly he's doing replays of some old stuff while he's on vacation.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, I try to get on a show quite a few times. I'm like, damn it, and I'm always like 20 minutes late, 30 minutes. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then next Tuesday, I can't never remember what the heck I was doing anyway. So yeah, it is what it is, I reckon. But I'll catch it in October when he's back.
Oh, Lordy.
See, I was looking. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I got it. All right.
You got it
All right.
now? You
All
figured it out?
Yeah, no, I got something. I'm just saying.
Oh, got something. You got
Maybe.
something. You guys all got something.
Well, let's say hi to our YouTube chat. We got John Hunt in there, Charles Hanson, our new member to GPS, MFD Dwighty. Let's see, Jane Hartley out of Canada, Terry Marshall from Australia, Randy Lewis from Canada also, Flash in Your Pan Ed, Steve France. Steven, we haven't seen him for a while. Good to see you in there.
Oh, nice, Steve.
John Hunt. I don't remember if I said him or not.
I think you did.
And that's all I see on that side. We got Darth and Lee over at GPS. And I think that's all I see tonight. Oh, Thomas just popped in. Thomas Folks.
Howdy,
Thomas old Pennyweight.
Howdy.
Ducky Pennyweight.
Yeah. Howdy.
Man, them guys should be going like heck over in East Coast right now.
Oh, Terry says in Australia, gold price is $3,755 or Australian.
So it's 3,000 Australian dollar. Right?
Yeah.
Tim Bryan.
So if we brought it here, it's still $2,500 an ounce.
Yeah.
And if we took our $2,500 an ounce gold to Australia, it's $3,000.
Well, I don't know. It would depend on how much copper and stuff they had in their gold, though, too.
Theirs is pretty pure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't get
Arizona gold's just yellow. So
yellow like my shirt.
yeah, I've been to Colorado. Theirs has got like a darker yellow to it and a kind of a copper hue to it a little bit. Nevada, lower parts of Nevada, that's about the same way. Higher parts, it looks a little cleaner than that, in my opinion. But
I don't know.
Gold out of the ocean's pretty yellow too. When I was up in Gold Beach doing that stuff
I
up
thought
there,
Australia's gold was high purity too. Yeah.
it probably is.
I
mean, something had to leave those nuggets behind.
Yeah. Oh, there? I don't know. There, yeah.
That is a strange oddity because you don't see volcanoes or, anything like that, and then there's the gold nuggets. They're
Comets.
there. They're what?
Comets. Asteroids.
Perry says their gold is 96 to 98% pure.
That's good. That's real good. See. So how did their gold get there? Theirs from asteroids.
It had to be from a geological event, but what?
See,
that's
ours come from the glacier push. So
there's a lot of it. They have a lot of quartz veins, what they call reefs. That's where the gold comes out of too.
Okay.
I was going to say down here in Arizona.
That's correct, Terry. Am I right?
Yep. Down here in Arizona, we got more geological, like volcanic activity and stuff like that here. That's what's pumped the gold up in the fissures here. What I call the fissures, the streams and the stringers that go up through the mountain.
Right.
So I don't know. Like I said, it's usually a geological. Something happens sometime somewhere, but then you're out there looking where they're digging, and you're like, it's flat. Like, okay, what was there?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. What it is.
Well, that's like those opal guys.
Yeah.
They go underground. They start digging. They find opal. Well, how the opal get there? Stuff leaks through the rocks. Well, something geological had to happen sometime to leave the rocks a certain space so the stuff could get down through there and make an opal. I still find that fascinating too. So
that's what I've been finding fascinating about that Jade show I've been watching.
Yeah, I know. Same thing.
It's like, here and here, but it's not over here.
Right.
Just
that's a heck of a chainsaw. That's a heck of a chainsaw they cut them rocks with, though.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very, very interesting. And it's in Canada. Randy, you should know something about the jade in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of them rocks takes them like 2.5 hours, 3 hours to cut.
Yeah, some longer. Yeah.
Well, they say the ones that take longer, they think that's the good jade.
Jade, yeah. If it cuts too fast, it's usually a crap rock.
It's crap.
It's just a green stone. That's what they call it. But it still looks nice when it's cut. Like,
yeah,
still nice looking stone.
Polished.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a whole different world. Obviously.
Yeah. It could be.
It's interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to add that to our watch party.
Add it to your watch party. Jade Fever. Pretty.
You want to know something? I got something interesting for you.
What's that?
It's called pyrite, known as fool's gold, may now be the real treasure.
What?
I got this sent to me a couple weeks ago, and I'm not going to say who, but yeah, he can hear me. Anyway,
yeah.
It says the shiny mineral, long been slandered as fool's gold, may turn into a legitimate treasure in the race for green energy resources. The transformation isn't the result of alchemy I can't believe I said that, though it's because of surprising find recently made by scientists in West Virginia. Researchers working in America's mineral-rich Appalachian region say that they found a connection between the pyrite, the fake gold you might gotten chunks of as a souvenir when you were a kid, and lithium, one of the most in-demand metals on the clean energy market. Lithium is an essential component of the batteries that power electric vehicles, but also laptops, phones, and other electronics that we use rechargeable batteries in. It says a team from West Virginia University was studying rock samples in the area when they found plenty of lithium and pyrite minerals. According to the press release from the European Geosciences Union, published on April 15th by the American Association for Achievement of Science, the findings are unheard of, according to the geochemist. I'm going to cut this name up. Shiley Bhattacharya. I don't know how to say that one.
We'll
A
accept
doctor. Yeah, it's BHAT Bach Bat
Yeah.
Batacaria. Yeah. Anyway, it's a doctor student who worked on the study. An exchanging part of the findings, according to the researchers, is revelation that lithium could be found without the need of new mining operations. The samples taken in the study were found in shale from sedimentary rocks left over by existing mining work that's already been done in the Appalachian Basin, which they took the shale is where the coal comes out of.
Right.
In tailings that resulted from previous mining operations. And like I said, those mining operations would be coal. Like I said, there's shifts in the shale, and the shale actually makes the coal by the how do they do that? The shale puts out oil or something like that that turns it into coal. I think that's how I used to remember. I can't be for sure. It says the statement notes that the research also hints that the shales are possibly future sources of lithium in the U.S., which proceeds for less lithium than lithium mining powerhouses Australia and Chile. However, Bactaharia, whatever the name is, of geologists, a WVU professor who also worked on the study, say not to get too excited about the findings since their research was limited to one specific site. In addition, if additional research shows the relationships between pyrite and lithium to be more universal, it could load to a substantial boom in the availability of lithium.
Hmm.
So it's kind of, I mean,
It's kind of cool.
Let's go mine these big holes that make that could eat a town or a whole city up in one gulp. But we're doing it because we want to go green. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Good Lord. Yeah, if they find it'd be funny because pyrite's not. It ain't hard to find.
No, it's not. That's what would kind of
Yeah.
almost be cool.
And you wouldn't have to dig those big giant freaking holes.
No, it would almost be kind of nice, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
that's where they want to take and start mining some of the lithium out of the salt lakes, the dry salt lake beds.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly, there's lithium in a layer in those dry lake beds.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, you get these people out there. Oh, I want to go green. I want to save the earth, but you need the lithium batteries, which is just making an ungodly hole from hell in the earth. More destruction.
Just only that, you need cobalt, nickel, and several other precious metals.
Well, that's like back in the day. Remember the guys that used to go out in kayaks and protest the oil tankers coming in?
Yeah.
While they're riding a kayak made of petroleum.
Yeah.
Hello. I mean, that's the parts where stupid people come in. Oh, I want to be all this and I want to green, but I need a kayak. I need a kayak made. How are you gonna make it? It was said a long time ago, and most of you old gold diggers know it. If it ain't grown or mined, it does not exist. Period.
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 Period. Interesting, Scott. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. I believe old Rich Cooley himself has got something tonight too.
Yes, we do.
Do you want your special intro, Rich?
Oh heck yeah!
Oh,
Give
Scott.
them the jingle.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters.
I'm gonna highlight.
Here's Rich.
Get her done.
Been a while.
Hi, welcome to Cooley's Corner. You give me the reins?
Oh, wait, share screen. My bad. I always forget about that. There you go. You got the helm, Captain.
All right, so where do I got to find here?
Rich has the helm. Dun, dun, dun,
Why isn't it doing anything?
You got.
I don't know.
There
I
we
was
go.
gonna say you got to push the button.
Let's see, why does it keep putting it up top? There we go. I want to get rid of that stupid thing.
Oh, alrighty.
Oh, how do I get rid of that stupid thing up top?
What stupid
You,
thing?
you don't. That's your Windows.
I know, but I need that out of there so I can click on the stuff.
Oh, you mean
Your Zoom controls?
I think he means the Zoom controls, the you are viewing computer screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just click on it and hold the button down. Hold the left click and then drag it somewhere.
There we go. Thank you. Okay.
Welcome.
All right. So we're looking at aquamarine.
Aqua.
Ooh.
I love this color. This is
That's
awesome.
good stuff.
You know, when they had that show on TV, on the Weather Channel?
Yeah.
They were finding that aquamarine all the time.
That was Prospectors, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, prospectors.
Yeah, I love that color.
I love the
Aquamarine
way it
is a
smells.
pale blue to light green variety, and it is of the burl family. And I didn't know that.
No, me neither.
With this name relating to water and sea, the color of aquamarine can be changed by heat with a goal to enhance its physical appearance. Though this practice is frowned upon by the collectors and jewelers, it is the birthstone of March. Aquamarine is a fairly common gemstone, rendering it more accessible for purchase compared to other gems in the beryl family. Overall, its value is determined by weight, color, and cut and clarity. It's transparent to translucent and possesses a hexagonal crystal system. Aquamarine mainly forms in granite, pegmites, and hydrogetical veins. It's very lengthy process that takes millions of years to form. It also occurs in many countries over the world and is most commonly used for jewelry decoration and properties. It's mainly extracted through open pit mining. However, underground mining is also a possibility to access aquamarine reserves. It's a durable gemstone. It's highly recommended to conserve its own, prevent damage and scratches. It's very famous. It includes the Dom Pedro, the Roosevelt Aquamarine, the Hirsch Aquamarine, Queen Elizabeth's tiara, Meghan Markle's ring, and the Schlumberger bow. Aquamarine is blue, hues of green, caused by trace amount of iron found with the crystal structure. It can be vary from the pale to vibrant and transparent to translucent. Better transparency in aquamarine gemstones means the light may go through the crystal with less interference. So, chemical composition, the aquamarine has a chemical composition, and I'm not getting into the figures. It belongs to the beryl family, of course, I mentioned, being a beryllium silicate mineral. It is closely related to emerald, maragnate, and heliodor. Aquamarine is a chemically stable and resistant to most common chemicals and acids. It has a hardness of 7.5 to 8 on the Mohn scale. While aquamarine often contains no inclusions, it may possess them, which content such as mica, hematite, saltwater, biotite, rutile, or pyrite. Its hardness on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness is related as of 7.5 to 8. This rating gives aquamarine the chance to be very suitable gem for everyday wear. One thing I want to mention.
Does it say how it's made?
What do you mean made?
Yeah, like how does it get formed into a jewel? You know, like is it made from water? Is it made from something else? What kind of never
What
mind.
kind of like mineral composition you mean?
Yeah, like what, how is it made? I mean, I know they find it on mountains. We've seen that on TV shows, and evidently they mine it too. But how is it
He
not?
read some of it. Said something about silicate and
Oh, yeah.
So like silica sand?
I'm not sure because, like you said, we found it.
That's just pretty
mountain.
Jimmy if you look at the picture.
It's
he read what they were made of. He just didn't go into the exact composition recipe.
I didn't go into the chemical composition.
yeah. Look at the raw one there. It looks like.
Because you're not gonna want to know BEALSIO, all those compositions.
Nope.
Do you?
No, I was just like, we know like crystals form with water in caves.
It says mica, hematite, salt water, biotite,
Oh.
rutile, or pyrite. That's what it's made of.
Now, did I miss where it's commonly found at, Rich? What states, or did it say? It didn't say what states.
No, it didn't.
Because I know, like you said, they used to find it on that show.
Right.
And that's Colorado.
Was it Colorado?
Yeah, majority of it was found in Colorado.
Okay. So you can find it here in the States.
So you
very cool.
Yeah, it said it was.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Good Lord, look at the suckers in that crown.
Look at him on that necklace. That's
yeah.
She's wearing that necklace, and of course these brooches and everything here in a Tia.
Holy moly.
Of course, you remember if there's anything dug up over where she's got the ruling, it all goes to the queen.
This
first.
is actually what it is, but she's wearing it in aquamarine.
Right, the same
in
thing.
The color, but this is actually what she's wearing.
Wow. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it's pretty wild.
That is pretty wild.
Okay, so their currents. Aquamarine can be found in countries like Afghanistan, China, Kenya, Pakistan, Russia, the United States, Brazil, Nigeria, Zambia, Tanzania, India, Australia, and some other countries. Aquamarine can mostly be found in granite pegmatites. It can also be found in veins of metamorphic rocks that became mineralized by the hydrothermal activity. The largest known example is the Dom Pedro aquamarine found in Pedra Azul in Brazil. In the late 1980s, it weighed roughly 4.6 pounds, cut from a 100-pound aquamarine crystal. It measures 10,363 carats. It's in the National Museum of Natural History in Washington.
Cool. See, that right there just told you how it was made. That was it. That's what I was talking about.
Dang.
So it comes from metamorphic stuff and salt water cooling it off at the same time.
So the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Hebrews, and the Syrians all believed that the aquamarine stones were worn by the high priest of the Second Temple. It was said that these stones were engraved to represent the 6 tribes of the Israel. Greeks also engraved designs into aquamarine 2,000 years ago and turned them into intelligos, INTAGLIOS, whatever that is. So the Chinese used it to make seals and showpiece dolls. Now the Japanese used to make netsuke, NETSUKE, which is actually those figurines.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So that's what the Japanese used to make them out of. So that's it for aquamarine.
Okay.
I wonder if they made them out of the Jimmy stuff, or did they use like what they call the blue barrel for those figurines?
Yeah, like them ones over there on the right.
Right.
Yeah. Like you were just talking about good jade from the bad jade.
Right.
They only use good jade for certain figurines.
Sure.
And then the other stuff is just commonly used. But
right there is the world's largest aquamarine gem.
That is a honker, man. That guy's holding it with two hands.
That's a knock. That's cool. Now
Oh my!
That was the one they mentioned, probably.
wow,
It'd be just cool just seeing that thing.
that's a cool
Yeah.
piece right there. It just looks
Okay, so now we're moving on to opal.
opal.
Opal is a hydrated amorphous form of silica. Its water content may range from 3% to 21% by weight, but it's usually between 6% and 10%. Due to its amorphous property, it is classified as mineraloid. Unlike crystalline forms of silica, which are considered minerals, it is deposited at a relatively low temperature and may occur in fissures of almost any kind of rock, being most commonly found with limonite, sandstone, rhyolite, marl, and basalt. The name opal is believed to be diverted from Sanskrit word upala, which means jewel, and later the Greek derivative opalos, Opallios. There are two broad classes of opal, precious and common. Precious opals displays play of color. Common opal does not. Play of color is defined as a chromatic optical effect resulting in flashes of color light from certain minerals. I guess that's probably what they're talking about here.
Right.
Yeah, we always called it like the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as they turn, let's see, hold on. Play of color is defined as chromatic optical effect resulting in flashes of color light from certain minerals as they are turned in white light. The internal structure of precious opal causes it to detract or diffract light, resulting in play of color. Depending on the conditions in which it is formed, it may be transparent, translucent, or opaque. And the background color may be white, black, or nearly any color of the spectrum. Black opal is considered the rarest, while white, gray, and green opals are the most common.
Yeah.
Precious opal shows a variety interplay of inner colors as though it is mineraloid. It has an internal structure at the microscopic scales. Precious opal is composed of silica spheres. It was shown by J.V. Sanders in the mid 1960s that these ordered silica spheres produce the colors by causing interference and diffraction for light passing through the microstructure of the opal. Where the distance between the regular packed planes of the spheres is around half the wavelength of the component of the visible light, the light of the wavelength may be subject to diffraction. The colors that are observed are determined by the spacing between the planes. I was trying to see if there was any of those in here. I'm not sure. Visible light cannot pass through the large thickness of the opal. This is the basis of the optical band gap. For gemstone use, most opal is cut and polished to form a cabochon. Natural opals refer to polished stones consisting holes of precious opal. The darker backing emphasis the play of color and results in more attractive display. It really doesn't say a distinguish of the difference.
Huh? I like that. That black.
The precious rough opal from Coober Pedy, South Australia, displays nearly every color of the visible spectrum. So,
you know, Coober Pedy, that's one place I would love to go.
You would like to go there?
in southern Australia.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is because I think that, like, for me, fire agates and opals are so crazy similar because you can find an agate and it can be bubbly and white, just like an opal, just be white. And then if you find one that's really got the fire in it, it looks like those opals. It's got that's what we call the fire, the shine, and then all the different kind of colors of the spectrum: blues, greens, reds.
Right.
It's just so crazy how they are alike to me. It's
Hey,
unreal.
Rich, can you click on that Galaxy Opal? It's the top row, second one from the end. It looks clear.
There.
That one, yeah. Click on that sucker. What's inside of that? It's very
That's
interesting.
one of my favorite pictures.
That's a very interesting stone.
Huh.
I've always called those nebula opals, but there's probably a better name or a different name. But
It
they
look,
just look like a space nebula to me.
it does. It looks like
That or it looks like you're looking at an aquarium.
a fish tank. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It looks like a friggin' fish tank.
20,000.
How much? Holy,
Good
holy.
God.
Wow.
Whoever polished that loved it.
I mean, look at that thing. That's just wild.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
You
Looks
know
like a
what's
ball.
stupid crazy is somebody would actually spend that kind of money just to have it.
Well, heck yeah, they will.
Wow. It is a galaxy opal because it does look like galaxy.
Wow.
And like I said, looks like a fish tank.
Yeah, it's so. It's what it
Strange.
looked.
Very
When I
strange.
first seen it, I was like, it looks like an aquarium.
Yeah, thanks, Rich.
Oh, no problem.
That's cool. I ain't never seen one like that. That's the first time I've ever
Man,
seen.
some of those opals are outstanding looking.
Wow.
Just
It
like
says the primary sources of opal are Australia and Ethiopia, but because of the inconsistency of a widely variety accountings of their respective levels of extraction, it's difficult to accurately state what proportion of the global supply of opal comes from either country. Australian opal has been cited as accounting for 95 to 70% of the world's supply of precious opal, with the state of South Australia accounting for 80% of the world's supply. In 2012, Ethiopian opal production was estimated to be 14,000 kilograms, 31,000 pounds, by the United States Geological Survey. Reveals Australian opal production to be 41 million. The U.S. data from the same period reveals Australian opal production to be 41 million. So,
Ethiopia.
I guess.
yeah.
You know what's blowing my mind? Because you remember back in the days when everybody's like, "Oh, Ethiopians are starving," and people are making jokes like driving a bologna sandwich behind a motorcycle or that kind of crap.
Uh-huh.
If they knew they could dig opal and make money, man, that place would have been going off the hook.
Yeah, but even if
I mean,
they
everybody's starving.
even if they do, they probably pay them pennies for it. You know,
Right.
that's the thing.
Okay. So, I see something that says Virgin Valley, Nevada.
Okay.
The Virgin Valley opal fields of Humboldt County in northern Nevada produce a wide variety of precious black crystal, white fire, and lemon opal. The black fire opal is the official gemstone of Nevada. Most of the precious opal is partial wood replacement. The precious opal is hosted as found in situ with a subsurface horizon or zone of bentonite, which is considered a low deposit. Opals which have weathered out of its in situ deposits are alluvial and considered placer deposits. It says Meso age opal's teeth, bones, fish, and snakehead have been found. Some of the opal have high water content and may detonate and crack when dry. The largest producing mine of Virgin Valley have been the famous Rainbow Ridge, Royal Peacock, Bonanza, Opal Queen, and WRT Stone Tree Black Beauty mines. The largest unpolished black opal in the Smithsonian Institution, known as the Bowling opal, came out of the tunneled portion of the Rainbow Ridge mine in 1917 and weighs 2,585 carats. which is 18.24 ounces. The largest polished black opal in the Smithsonian Institute comes from the Royal Peacock Opal Mine in the Virgin Valley, weighing 170 carats, known as the Black Peacock. So that was from Nevada.
Wow, see, so that's here. That's close by, Scott.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody does videos on those kind of digging opals in Nevada.
I bet
So
you.
there's some other locations. There's one in Spencer, Idaho,
Okay.
and that's a creamy opal. And then, of course, other significant deposits, precious opals around the world can be found in Czech Republic, Canada, Slovakia, Hungary, Turkey, Indonesia, Brazil, Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, and so on.
Oh.
Of course, Mexico. But there you go.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I knew there was a opal deposit in Idaho and Arizona, but I just never bothered to research up on it.
That's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, if I was going to look for opal and find it, like he said, creamy color, I'd rather go out here in Arizona and find fire agates because they're worth quite a bit too.
And I never even really thought about the fire stuff till you were talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right in your backyard, Scott.
Yeah, like I said, the fire agates are phenomenal out here because they're brown, and then all of a sudden they just got it looks like an opal in it.
Natural bacon. There you go.
Bacon
Yeah, so
opal.
since we're talking about that, we'll talk about these bacon opal or candy stripe opals.
That's cool.
That's in your
was
back.
formed during the tertiary period, sometime between 62 and 2.5 million years ago. And mineralization in the mountains is very diverse. The opal is formed as a result of a geothermal fluid flowing through volcanic rock layers. The area is still very geologically active, so much of their geothermal plant about 1 mile from the collecting site. The opal has several names, including Lee's opal, bubble opal, banded opal, bacon opal, and wildfire opal. The bacon appearance is the result of various iron minerals such as hematite, which gave the opal layers of red color. The color bands in this material are very unique and make fun, colorful cabochons. I don't know. But yeah, bacon opal, cabochons. But bacon opal is only found in the world in western Utah, the Thomas Mountain Range near the city of Milford, Beaver County.
How far is that from you, Jared?
2 hours.
Oh, it's not
2.5, 3 hours.
That's funny because it does look like bacon.
It does. It looks like that dog bacon strip.
That's what I said. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Awesome.
You would never dream that's an opal.
I'd see that. I'd be like, man.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet that would cut and polish to really cool looking stuff.
That would be.
Yeah.
Good. It's just, if you've seen that, you'd be like, what is this?
Yeah, I know, but that's why you wear stuff. It's a conversation piece.
It's different. It's different.
I definitely love that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd see that at a show. I'd buy some of that.
Oh,
I think like I said, like he said, cabochon. They look great in a cabochon. They're rounded over and polished to a nice glare.
Yeah.
And you see all the colors.
I've never really seen any of that at
I've
a
never
show.
Actually, now as you mention
it. The first time I even heard it on the news or anything about it was about maybe 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I think it's kind of a newer thing.
What was it called again?
Bacon opal or candy stripe opal.
Candy stripe opal.
Now, do they have to dig it, or is it like on top of the ground?
I don't know. I'm guessing kind of both.
I wonder how expensive it is.
I really haven't been on that side of the mountain since I heard about these things.
Well, you know what? I guess it would have to be under the ground because it has to have all the different stripes in there. It has to be in a vein somehow. Because something cools, pushes something else out, and then you got your vein. So.
Right, because it has to be layered.
Right.
Yeah.
So it has to form. Has to have a structure and to form its layers. So.
But it would be a cool conversation piece, like in a ring or a necklace, for sure.
I don't know anybody in Utah that's actually went and found it. Like I said, it was kind of a recently discovered thing, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have to
Well,
look.
now you know the counties.
Well, I'm looking right now on eBay, and there's a bunch of it on eBay. Bacon bubble opal slabs, 6.5 inches, 164 grams, $20. Uh, superb bacon opal slice, $45. Here's another one, 49. Here's a bulk a lot of it for $30.
Hmm.
Yeah, look on eBay,
So
Rick.
right now it's not really expensive because nobody's making anything out of it.
Right.
No, it lacks all the kind of the cool stuff that people
Right.
like about other
Right.
opals, the reds, the greens, and
Yeah, it lacks the cool of these, I guess.
Yeah, but who has stuff that does it looks like bacon?
It looks
Yeah, who wants a necklace with bacon on it?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Me.
bacon necklace. Oh, there you go. eBay, Rich.
Me.
I mean, just imagine having a nice cabochon hanging off your neck that the lines went like across the instead of straight up and down, it just went across. Depends on how you cut it and how you
Yeah.
made it. But yeah, that would look cool, I think.
Yeah, but you can order some. You can order
One of a kind.
chunk of
What's
it.
that? Bacon opal.
Bacon. And this one looks just like that picture Darren showed. That's cool.
And the Bacon King.
And I do have to admit, if it's hard to find, usually the price will go up. So
Came out of Milford, Utah.
Milford, Utah. And you said there wasn't no gold in Utah.
Milford. Milford.
we got bacon rocks though.
We got bacon rocks.
Obviously. Yeah, they got bacon rocks. Ain't got no gold. You got
I can't wait. Somebody will ask, you got gold over there? No, we got bacon. They're going to look at you like, what? We got bacon opal.
bacon.
Like I said, I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Jaron, is there all those pictures you had? Was there a cabochon made out of it?
Not on that article.
Oh, okay.
All right. Rob, you got something too now, you said?
Oh yeah, sure. It's not a treasure story this
Oh,
time.
oh,
but
wait a
it
minute.
is,
Well, hang on. Is it got something to do with your baby Yoda?
you saw that, didn't you?
Yes, I seen that.
That's the
I was
bandolero.
just wondering if anybody was paying attention. But no, it's having to do about recreational prospecting in Alaska that's in danger of being taken away to the public. But before that, I went out detecting this week. It's been pretty hot and humid for us, San Diego wise, not Arizona. So, but yeah, I did go out to my new favorite park, and I did walk away with some pretty cool stuff. I got, which is funny. I just don't understand the concept of having this. It's a bottle cap ring.
But
It's also for beer taps.
I just tried that a little while ago. It just did not work.
Oh, it didn't open a bottle?
Didn't work very well, huh?
No. And if I had a bottle, yeah, it'd probably work.
Oh,
I scored me a nice little. Yeah, I scored me a little sterling silver and a silver bracelet. So
you're starting to look like a pirate. You keep
The bracelet looks pretty
Kind
thick.
of silver bracelet too.
Yeah, silver bracelet.
Yeah.
I said he's
Awesome.
starting to look like a pirate.
Is that a solid bracelet or is it hollowed out?
It weighs almost 1.5 ounces.
Wow.
So yeah,
Cool.
Nice find, Rob.
it's pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you're smoking this week, bro.
Look at you go.
Yeah. So I do have pictures, and I'll try to load them up here real quick. So bear with me.
Awesome.
Let's see. Let's start off with this one.
Oh no, that's just funny.
Somebody would recognize this in a heartbeat. But the city of Juneau
everyone?
was
I was gonna say that's Alaska.
the city of Juneau was built on mining. Can recreational mining at Sheep Creek continue? Now, this article is from the Juneau Empire, so They wanted me to undo my ad blocking, so I had to do it through Reader. So I had to just bear with me. The Alaskan Gastineau mill closed in 1921 due to ore that was too low grade to mine cost effectively. Its remnants are visible on the hill above Thane Road, and of course, Ray, our buddy, Mr. Russo, knows exactly where this is at. And below the road on Sheep Creek Delta, miners are still searching for gold from the tailings. However, the impacts from the type of their prospecting, known as suction dredging, are being investigated by state officials in response to complaints from residents and recreational users of the area.
There you go, right there. Right, you just did it.
The investigation is being conducted by the Alaskan Department of Natural Resource Division of Mining, Land, and Water after receiving dated June 3rd from the Thane Neighborhood Association. Concerns expressed by the association included suction gold dredgers, assuming that the whole delta is open to their activity, not just to Gastineau's tailings sand portion on the northwest shoreline, which is basically what you're looking at right there. The letter alleges suction dredging disturbs not only the Thane Road residents, but many others living in Juneau who uses the Sheep Creek area for fishing, dog walking, family outings, and other recreational pursuits. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Don't do this to me right now.
I told you.
Hold on. I have to reload the page.
So how does that bother dog walkers and
Rich, what it is they got some rich freaking idiots, some rich Karens that bought a house around there, and they don't want to see the dredges out there. That's all it is, period.
Let's see. There we go. That's another picture of that location. Please
there's
bear
the
with
houses.
me. The page is loading. It's really slow.
There's Karen's house.
Hey, magnifying up on those houses sitting there. There's your complaint party. I bought this rich house. I don't want to see you dredgers out here doing this. That's just typical freaking entitled. Run them over my car. Just sad.
Formerly hard-packed and firm sand at the low tide line is now soft underfoot and riddled with quicksand, a hazard to those fishing along the shoreline, the letter states. A slide from the Thane Neighborhood Association compares the 1915 tide line on Sheep Creek, which is what you're looking at right there, to Delta, to the 2024 tide line, to the illustration of the erosion to the shoreline. Apparently, the Sheep Creek Delta and its subsidiary Gastineau Tailings Beach have been a designated fisheries enhancement area and a mineral closure area for decades. So allowing such destructive gold mining activity as suction dredging seems obviously incompatible use of the area. Now, the Southwest Regional Lands Office conducted site visits to this spring, and next week, this was probably about a month ago or so. Next week, DNR's mining section will join the land section in Juneau for a site visit and meeting in Thane, according to Joe Brines, the department's legislative liaison. In an email, Brines wrote, enforcement action for unauthorized suction dredging activities would involve issuing a trespass notice and order to quit, either by SERO, SERO, if activity occurs outside boundaries of an active or closed mineral property, or by the mining section, depending on special circumstances. Dredging activity has been permitted for 3 suction dredgers since 2019 under land use permits in relation to generally allowed use dredging. Those permits authorize the placement of floating suction dredges itself. The 2 permits expire this year. One expires in 2026. So I'm kind of wondering who's about to expire. You know.
Right. I'll tell you what.
Additionally,
go ahead.
You know, our good buddy Ray, he dredges up there all the time, so I'm sure he's doing everything by the book, and kind of wondering if his permit is about to expire.
Is that the spot?
Oh,
Well,
is
that's
this
where he usually goes.
Right there.
is this not the one that mentions him?
Huh?
I don't know if it does or not. I scanned through it earlier today. Additionally, one of those permits is in default for lack of payment. The DMLW delayed sending overdue fee notices to coordinate with the mining section on a comprehensive approach to achieve compliance. Division is also actively coordinating with the Alaska Department of Environmental Conservation, or the DEC, to ensure applicable water quality standards are followed. Generally, discharges from small dredges and marine waters disperse quickly, and water quality impacts are limited and short term, according to DEC. Let me go ahead and pull up another slide here. Which one do I want? That one. Okay. Sorry about that. Got to do that.
See, now look at that.
The
Look at
DNR's yeah, the DNR's administrative code, or GAUs, or general what was that? General use for dredging. Contains strictures against abuse of state lands. In the letter, TNA claims suction dredging has caused multiple and ongoing violations of DNR provisions in the shoreline and tidelands area. TNA requested the DNR to adjust the GAU guidelines to adapt to the situation. Additionally, TNA claims suction dredging has resulted in erosion of the shoreline, degradation of marine life and shellfish harvest beds, and the destruction of intertidal vegetation. It also states some gold panners and users of small sluices have complained suction dredging sends tailings offshore, diminishing the resource. Now, Ray's not that person, you know. He sticks with the books, so
right.
I don't think it's talking about him for sure. I did notice a name, but I'm not ready to reveal it yet.
Oh.
Although the DEC permit prohibits dredging in vegetation and shellfish beds, most operators tend to avoid these locations as organic materials can clog up pumps, hoses, and sluice boxes. And that's another reason why Ray doesn't want to go out there. A shellfish and crackle bed is seen here on the Thane on Monday. The Thane Neighborhood Association wants to ensure the protection of that area. So that's what you're looking at right now. It's a shellfish and cockle bed.
Cockles.
Yeah,
So it's an oyster bed.
Huh?
It's an oyster bed.
Yeah. Oh, pretty much. Yeah. Any violation of compliance with this can be reported to, who cares? The executive director of DIPAC, said 3 species of salmon are released nearby at the hatcheries. We have chum salmon fry in as early as late January. We also with these king and choho from that area. It's rearing location, so we keep fish at the location as they imprint and memorize that spot as where they should return when they're adults. So now the fishing is starting to overtake the mining aspect of this.
I bet.
Chinook and Choho salmon are pretty impactful for the Juneau residents and people that come up to Alaska to fish for the salmon. Then the chum salmon provides sports fishery opportunities as well as part of our cost recovery program and common property fishings for the gillnet fleet, just to the area south of where these people are trying to stop mining happening. The person also says she doesn't notice a decline in salmon return that's specific to the Sharp Creek area and the dredging. Salmon returns are up and down every year, so they're not really saying that dredging is causing them not to have a good.
How come Rob? How come it is when anything's going on, it always goes back? Oh, you're hurting the salmon. Every freaking place we go, oh, you're hurting the salmon. Good Lord.
Always hurt the salmon.
I'm serious. That's their last crutch.
It is.
Salmon.
It is.
And then 9 times out of 10, they don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Always.
And I was going to say something, Rob. I'm glad you just pulled that up. You guys, that thing's probably pulling 15 to almost 16, probably maybe 20 feet of draft. That means that sucks the water from the banks. When that boat goes by, ooh, you want to talk about erosion, that right there is taking care of your banks. It's knocking everything out. And they think that this little dredge that makes a 5-foot freaking hole and 5 foot around is killing things. Somebody needs to wake up in the world.
Look at the fish.
Yeah, he's even running from the boat.
Several fishermen near Sheep Creek told the Empire they were completely unaware of suction dredging taking place on the northwest part of the beach, and it doesn't impact their day. So basically, they don't realize there are people out there dredging, and they're still catching fish regardless.
Right.
Juneau resident Kevin Miller said the noise was disturbance and influenced him to fish closer to the creek instead of where the dredging place takes place. I come out here to fish and to be in nature, he said. I understand you want to go out and fish, you want to be quiet and all that, but if you happen to be fishing in a known recreational prospecting area, expect it to be noisy.
Yeah.
It is illegal for any miner to be within 500 feet of Sheep Creek, according to DNR. This picture that you're looking at, yes, a salmon is jumping near the suction dredge. And of course, there's a cruise on that. And I bet you that salmon's probably having fun going up that tube and going out to shoot.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster for them. Yeah. It's not harming the fish. Oh, come on. You have to do this.
If anybody thinks that dredging harms the fish, please watch one time how they actually restock fish in a pond. It's through a dredge hose. It's the way it is.
Or drop it from a helicopter.
Right.
I was going to say, I've seen it drop from a helicopter and an airplane. We're only 500 feet high.
Here's
the good part.
It's coming up. Apparently my thing is like I got really bad Wi-Fi reception where I'm at, so just give me a second here. I'm reading off with my tablet instead of the phone this time. All right. The good part, as soon as it loads, there was a gold mining boom after Juneau resident Ray Russo posted YouTube videos showcasing the gold from the Gastineau tailings. Russo said he began his videos for his son, serving in Iraq many years ago. He quotes, "As it stands right now, this is the only open recreational gold dredging beach, and it's just a small area." He quotes, "It's really not hurt any of the salmon habitat, and I would truly hate to see the community lose one more form of recreation. If they shut down that gold beach, we'll probably never have another one, because of the rest of them are all mine claims, are all claimed up. And the people who own those claims are never going to give them up." Russo said, realistically, it's difficult to get that gold because the gold is actually very, very fine. 100 to 300 mesh gold, he says. Russo said because of that, many people don't stick around. And yes, he's told us a few people that come up visit him, tried to stick it out and walked away with their tails between the legs. That's the polite way to say it.
Right.
It's a lot of work says, by the time you fill up your car, you fill up everything, you lug your equipment, work all day, clean your mats, go home and attend the gold, it's an 8 to 10 hour day, all for just a few grams of gold. It's a whole lot of work for not much, which is true. You know, they don't say looking for gold and digging for gold is always easy. When you get that gold fever, you actually really have that gold fever. It's worth every penny and it's worth every gram. His videos drew attention to the area from 2019 to 2020. A homeless encampment was set up near the beach, with some people there taking up mining themselves. It took coordination from multiple agencies and almost 2 years to clean up the trash and the debris. The main concern of the Plain Neighborhood Association is not about the gold dredging on the tailings per se, but the unmonitored suction dredging will result in another free-for-all debacle, result in a shoreline and delta damage outside of the tailings sand area and littered with large and heavy junk equipment and debris. The vice president of TNA said, if you've been left holding the bag, forced to do the cleanup, the glamour of gold loses a lot of its appeal. Now I'll pull up another picture of what we were just talking about. And, you know, I really don't blame Ray. He did it for his kid and it just boomed. Everybody caught on to it and just
What the hell?
thought it was pretty cool. So he's not the only one that's had this problem. Dan Hurd had this problem too, and quite a few others. You know,
What
the
kind of
TNA,
crap wagon are we looking at?
yeah, that's what the homeless encampment left behind. You know,
That's
this
the-
I remember this was right about the time of COVID too. So
That's the same stuff they did down here behind the rock. Remember when I was telling you that? They had tires. Dude, these guys were camping, half a mile down a hill on a sand, and they had car tires, jacks, old electronics. They had, just crap that shouldn't be down there, and they were hoarding it. I just didn't understand. And it looked just like that, but a little worse. It was 2 tents. Oh, it was just nuts. I mean, seriously, there's a car gas tank right there.
I see.
Why? Why in the world?
The vice president of TNA said the enforcement of regulations has been ongoing concern since suction dredging began in the area around 10 years ago. But in the last 2 years, the Thane National Association noticed a noticeable increase in activity. The current situation does not compare to 2019 to 2020, but people haven't forgotten and are wary about DNR's ability to enforce their rules and regulations, as TNA said. They spent the last 20 years working with all concerned agencies to get the tidelands revegetated and rehabilitated with an eye toward a local recreational fishing resource, including crab and shellfish. 3 miners from Nome, says Ray Russo's videos, and 3 miners from Nome saw Ray Russo's videos and decided to come to Juneau. One of those miners was Ernest Hart, who said he's been suction dredging every day for the last 8 months. It's physically grueling, but he said that's why he loves it. Hart said that the beach has become an escape for him. He said it's been a treasure hunt his whole life and originally started his hobby with a metal detector. I don't know why he said metal detection. Let me go ahead and pull up the next slide here. I believe that's that one there. Okay.
Boy, look at that one. Holy moly.
Hart says, this is where I get my exercise. I get away from everybody and I decompress and find my peace. This town was built on mining and I'm not hurting anybody. We got the right to be here until DNR says otherwise. In Nome, Hart can find 36 ounces a day. In Juneau, he finds about 4 grams. The gold from the gas tailings is 74% pure. Paul Ingalls came to Juneau from Florida to mine in May after retiring from the military. He said he owns a sapphire mine in Montana, but gold is fun because you can hold on to it. He said, there's an excitement in making a lot of money in one day, and he's got that gold bug. On a good day, he can walk away with $1,000.
Look at that box, Rob. That thing is like 6 foot bigger than the one I have in front of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Ernest Hart, and he's pulling his suction dredge closer to the shore as the tide comes in. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, if you guys are listening, I'm going to describe this box to you. The header box is big enough I could probably lay in it. The actual sluice box has got to be 20 foot.
Looks like it.
And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 floats on it, and 1, 2. He's got to have at least 10 or 20 floats on this thing. It's big. That's massive.
A big box.
You know, they spend all day on the beach, and the motors aren't running all the time, so that's not the issue. The GAU regulations allow for pumping 30,000 gallons of water a day with an 18 horsepower engine. One can achieve 30,000 gallons of water pumped within 30 minutes operating an 18 horsepower engine. Ingalls and Hart said they'll likely run about 4 to 5 hours a day. You're only allowed 30,000 gallons, Hart says. So what I do is I run 5 to 10 minutes, shut it down, clean my box, run another 5 to 10 minutes, shut it down, repeat. So I'm not just hammering through 30,000 gallons in one sitting. There's a carpet system inside of that box, and that's where the fine gold gets caught up into the carpet. Ingalls says it takes an hour to an hour and a half just to clean out the carpet. Nearly all the sand was washed back westward by tides and storms depositing onto the northwest shoreline over periods of years. Hart and Ingalls opposed the idea that erosion of vegetation and creek beds is caused by mining, and said heavy floods and rainfall is the cause of the erosion. Now, let me go ahead and pull up another good picture here. Sorry, this is a little longer than normal.
All right.
I thought it would be interesting to share.
That's a tiny hole.
You know, well, that's where they're probably dredged, you know.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
A kid could have did that on a beach.
Oh, I'm sure. Hell yeah. You got to have 17, 18, 19 foot tides to be able to get in there, where the vegetation is located at. And that wouldn't be until winter, Hart said. That would be pretty miserable. He said miners stay below the medium high tide to avoid causing erosion. Pursuing says, oh, gotta do this right now. Jesus. I know, I'm sorry about this. Bad internet. Pursuing said that the mining exaggerating the erosion done by weather events. Yes, they've been pretty hammered with a lot of rain here lately, so I wouldn't be surprised a lot of erosion occurred. Now, this is what you're looking at is a sulfide scum-filled hole that is left behind on the Sheep Creek Delta after hydro dredging, according to Juneau Empire. Hart and Ingalls added their suction dredges aren't causing the holes that TNA say are impacting the enjoyment of the beach. Those are punched by hydro forces. So that's probably what we're looking at. That's probably not a dredge hole. That's probably what a lot of the waves come in there during high tide.
Well, I mean, if you look up the top of the picture, you can see there's a little bitty there's a current that went through there.
Yeah. Yeah. And you also got to remember their tide systems is way different than it is down here in the southern hemisphere. You know, up there it's 10 feet. Down here maybe 1 or 2 feet difference. Hart says, I'm just taking the stuff on the surface. Even with the hydros, the tides and the currents wash the stained water and sulfide out, fill the holes with sand. Both Hart and Ingalls said that they all have permits to operate, a DCE permit discharge, and a DNR permit, and a land use mooring permit. They noted it may be true that not all miners are following regulations, and they believe DNR should provide better enforcement. Julian, a Douglas resident who enjoys the beach at Sheep Creek, her niece swam near where Hart was mining and soaked in the deep holes left behind by the hydro forces. She said she loved it. These people who have a dream and they have a passion for it. These people are independent, and it's not an eyesore. It's individuals working really hard. Physical work that they put in, it's incredible. They are right below the historic gold mine. Why not pick up the remnants? Another resident, Jake Springston, has said that the Thane residents for the past 7 years, he's walked his 6-month-old puppy, Blue, every evening. This is the reason why we're here in Alaska, is to begin with. He said to be able to watch his dog dig into the deep quicksand. He thinks it's kind of funny. Now, they also have this another picture here that I'm going to post. Come on. There we go. And that's basically their general use on state lands. And that's posted near the Sheep Creek Delta. Additionally, TNA is requesting permitting suction dredge float structures in the area to be discontinued, and that only portable fuel equipment be allowed to be packed in and removed daily. TNA requested tide-proof markers be installed, delimiting the tailing sand area open to gold panning, and that intertidal vegetated and marine life areas of the Sheep Creek tideland deltas be off limits. TNA has coordinated with DNR in the past regarding signage and would continue this coordination in the design, placement, permitting, and payment for such. So they're going to have to pay for those signs. If DNR decides not to eliminate suction dredging on Sheep Creek tidelands as a GAU, TNA is requesting the permitting system for tideland moorage of dredge floats be rigorously monitored and promptly enforced, with all applicable fees, bondage requirements assessed, that public notice of any permit application be shared with the Thane Neighborhood Association, and that if there is reasonable public opposition to any particular permit application, such an application is not to be approved. The special use argument carries some weight, since recreational mining is likely occurring at a scale and duration beyond what the mineral closing order intended to limit. That was Joe Bryans with the department's legislation liaison wrote in an email. However, the state abatement of impaired lands section is not aware of any specific research for the site that documents whether or not recreational mining is causing contamination or an ecological harm. The contamination history at the site and the Gastineau Channel in general could be used as contributing justification for special use area designation. Water quality sampling work could be conducted, further evaluate potential impacts. So, yeah, they're trying. You know,
so what they're saying is, if some rich dingling just wanted to build their house up on a creek, you couldn't dredge there if they wanted to cry about it.
Pretty much. You know,
that ain't from dredging.
No, that's just basically from weather erosion.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Here we go. So, and he's just using a dowsing rod.
Now, look, like I said, number one, look how wide that river is. Now, if you know salmon or fish for salmon, or even been an idiot watching a documentary, salmon don't stay and lay their eggs in that thing. They go up small creeks, and that's where they lay their eggs, not in the big water.
And
that's actually the ocean.
There ain't no way you're hearing no motor.
Yeah, that's enough. You know what? If you're hearing a motor, you shouldn't have walked right up next to the guy.
Right. There's no way you're
hearing I can go 100 feet and not hear a motor.
Right, exactly.
See, that's what I'm just saying. Oh, the fisherman. Oh, shut up. There ain't no fisherman crying. It's some idiot that lives there, comes down, oh, I just want to pretend like I'm fishing because I want to be nosy. And he's like, well, you sound loud because I want to hear nature. Well, walk down freaking 200 feet. That's the kind of people, man, I get sick of these days. It's just, Oh, it's tiring.
Since you ain't hearing them motors, it's too far away, too open. You'd never hear that. Crazy people are just want something to complain about. That's all.
Dude, it is. It is. It's
That's
like the
all it
thing.
is.
It's like a thing.
Yeah. That is it. Yeah. They just want something to
I worked
complain
all
about.
my I worked all my life to build this house right next to the creek. So you worked all your life to be next to a creek that's going to eventually erode your house down into the creek. Is that what you're telling me, idiot? Just some of it. I mean, yeah, I don't. Everybody wants to have good houses and have good places, but don't be like out here. Don't go on a BLM road and build a house and then freaking block it off with a gate. What are you out of your mind? You knew that was a BLM road before you built your house there. You don't own the road.
It's just people.
I know. We got a 1,000 of them out here. Buddy.
Hey, everybody, don't forget, still buy your tickets. You got a week left.
Drawing is next Sunday. Deadline to buy
get them before he
tickets
rolls
is
that wheel.
Yeah, the deadline is next Saturday at midnight to purchase tickets.
Next Saturday at midnight is the deadline.
The cutoff. Yep.
Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you, Jaron.
Eastern time. No, it should be Western time. There's still of us over here now. Come on.
Yeah, so make sure you get your tickets.
Yep.
So,
get them.
It ain't over yet, so get your tickets. All fun.
That's right. Some
Hey,
cool stuff.
I would go Western time because there's some, guys out here in the West that they could be some late buyers.
As long as it's midnight Eastern, even whatever it is their time, I don't care.
It's midnight Western.
At midnight Eastern, if it's
you got plenty of time to do it. Get your baby
right. I'm not
buy.
going to worry. Yeah, they've had a month or 2 months. Time, so.
But there's some people that like to wait till the last minute to buy those tickets.
That's just like the package that's still sitting by your door.
Sitting on the desk. Eastern time.
See, now you're just catering to East
Waiting
Coast.
to go to the post office.
I'm in the East. I
know, exactly.
I got to write the ticket.
12 o'clock
Eastern.
Western. Or like everybody in California, 12 o'clock California time. Done.
Yeah, we're East Coast boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because the stock market
Deal
closes
with
down,
it.
don't mean it's freaking 5 o'clock here.
Deal with it.
Eastern time.
Yeah, shoot yourself a foot. I don't care.
Get used to it.
I don't think we're.
By the way, I didn't mean to put Ray under the bus or his buddies when I read. I had to pull up a story real quick, and that was something that I had bookmarked. I had to see something. Ray, please don't be mad at me. I didn't mean to.
No, I mean, Ray let him interview him. If he didn't want to be on there, he would have said no comment.
Right, exactly.
Dude, I've seen Ray on a German freaking show.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm sure Ray don't care. It was a public ad.
I think there's an actual news or news video clip of it too, but I wasn't able to find it.
I have to say.
Ray's worldwide. He's bigger than the internet. He's been here.
He's Ray Russo.
He's Ray Russo. You're darn right, Tim.
The man that broke the internet.
Hey, look, Mom, Santa Claus is dredging.
Right. I mean, come on. What more could you ask for if you live there?
That's pretty awesome.
This must be what Santa does when he's not at the North Pole.
There you go.
Just saying.
Dennis must have got lost in his new house.
I must have. Yeah.
No, he told me to give him the link regardless, but he texted me about maybe an hour ago and said he was making trips with from the old house to the new house. So
I figured he was.
wouldn't make
I
it
thought he
tonight.
might be cleaning up all that gold.
Oh, still hauling all his stuff over. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when he cleans the shop out, he better sweep the darn floors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep all of it in the bucket.
Run the floors through the gold cube.
Heck yeah. I'll be vacuuming the cracks in the pavement just to make sure.
He's probably got enough buckets full of dirt that he's got to take.
I reckon.
Right?
Yeah, they're solid concrete.
Yeah. He might be
Whatever
clean.
did he do with that tarp? Did he leave it behind, or did he actually dig it up? I just can't remember.
With
What was
what?
that? That tarp at the pit.
I
You ever
don't
leave
know.
it behind?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about the tarp. I do not know. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I'll see you in that's it there. Camera got dark. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Yada yada. What else do I got?
Don't forget to buy tickets.
Don't forget to buy tickets.
The tickets. Get the tickets.
And hope everybody has a great
Good
week.
night, everybody.
We're out of here.
See you next week.
See
Good
ya.
night, gold diggers.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.
Happy birthday, Tim Grunt.
So